This is Word the Street with your host, Uncle Nick. I'm the bipolar, biracial bastard, the motherfucking lone wolf, the black Italian stallion. Uncle Nick is here to do motherfucking work, and if you don't know, you better ask somebody. The niggas, the bitches, the ladies, the gents, the rats, the cats, the motherfucking dogs, the babies, the aliens, the reptiles, the motherfucking reptilians. Ask them all. Uncle Nick is down for the come up in a New York minute, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking playing with me. I'm Sicilian, but I'm not a square. You know what I mean? Bada bang, bada boom, boom, boom. Motherfuckers. Let's get this shit poppin'. Shout out the Wolfpack. Shout out everybody in the comment section. All the new subscribers, all the old subscribers. Everybody hitting that motherfucking notification button. And most of all, everybody that donates to the motherfucking show. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all motherfuckers. Drip, drip, drip fills the bucket, bitch. You know what time it is, you know what I mean? But without further ado, further delay, let's get into this motherfucking shit and let's get it poppin'. Let's go. Yo, what's popping off with everybody out there? I got something a little different for y'all. I went digging in my bag. You know, Uncle Nick be everywhere. You motherfuckers is never there. Shout out to my man, Global Currency. I was in Times Square. I met my man. Then I met my man right here. We wound up linking up. He's got a lot of crazy shit going on. So I want to get a breakdown of who he is, where he's from, what he does, his inspiration. He's been showing us some cool sketches and layouts. He's got some fly shit popping off. But why don't you step up on the camera and show him exactly what it is that you're doing, how you styling and profiling. Nice and subtle. That's the T right there, right?
Right.
My man got the shorts on and all that. We're going to give you a whole profile breakdown. Show him how you doing it with the J's, too. My man came through crispy.
You know, pair of Jordan 3s trying to chase this cash.
So now, VD, where you from? What's your background? Ethnicity? You Jamaican? What is it?
I'm from the BX, man. I was born in Metropolitan Hospital in Harlem. You know what I mean? Or Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, may you call it.
Spanish Harlem.
From the BX, though. You know what I'm saying? 183rd. B, what's the word? Magnolia, Morris Avenue.
And what was your childhood like coming up? You know what I'm saying? Were you a graph guy? Were you a hustling guy? Were you a cool kid that just took to the streets? Like what was your whole shit about?
I was multifaceted, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because you were telling me something about your pops and LES and all that.
Right. You know, he was like in Stuyvesant town and all. Like, he went to school of visual arts. So pops came from DC, moms was from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Moms was in the fashion, pops was in the graphics. So it just went crazy, like hand in hand with it. You know what I mean?
So growing up around them, that was kind of like your world. You weren't focused on the hustlers or the streets so much or anything like that necessarily.
I mean, like in the beginning, it was all about art up until like 12 years old. You feel me? 12, 13 years old, middle school, high school, just flipped the script. You know what I mean? I messed with the streets. I got in trouble. Went to Rikers Island like 16. You know what I'm saying? Figured out that. Yeah, right.
See, now, niggas don't know that adolescence is the craziest motherfuckers on Rikers. That's where you got the most problems. I mean, you got problems if you got problems, but the adolescents just be popping for no reason. It's just like
real
crazy.
Like,
what was that like for you?
Oh man, that was an eye opener, right? Because a lot of my boys went to Spofford. I ain't get to go with them. You know what I mean? I got away in the beginning, but you know, I was one of the first time I clicked to go to the island. So you know, that showed me that jail wasn't for me.
Straight up and down, like that.
Straight up.
Like I tell people all the time, like
one. I was like,
I got used to it over a certain period of time, but I always knew in my mind this ain't fucking normal. But I got used to it though. I adapted, but there was a part where, like a day that just, I tell the story all the time, but it just clicked, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this no more. This, I'm wasting my time. I'm gonna die one day, and I'm gonna have spent mad years in this bullshit cage, or mad time, or whatever, cause shit adds up after a while. So now, you're doing art. You're doing graphic stuff, you're watching your mom and pops till about 12, 13, you start fucking around, you go to Rikers, after that you chill, and you start getting focused, or do you continue to be a knucklehead?
I continued to be a knucklehead. Like, you know, prior to that, you know, I had a lot of art scholarships and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was up under my father going his jobs with the advertising and the layouts magazine. He used to work for Macy's doing their layouts and stuff. But you know, like, you know, fast forward back to 16, 17, I was running around, you know what I'm saying? I kept playing around, you know what I'm saying? To the Rikers Island stuff, you know, went to a little drug program, got caught. knocked the dude out in school. You know what I'm saying? I was antisocial. I ain't want to deal with all that. I ain't want to be around crowds. I'm a creative. You know what I'm saying? We different.
Well, yeah. See, a lot of the times when I'm editing or I'm an animated dude. I talk a lot of shit.
Right.
But then some people are like, yo, son, what happened? You like quiet. You don't want to talk. So I'm like, yo, I'm focused right now. I'm doing something. So I don't. The music be off, the TV be off. Like if my neighbors do, I'll be like, yo, shut the fuck up over there. Like slow it down. Like, cause I need to get in my lane.
Vision.
Yeah. So I understand where you're coming from. So now you kind of fucking around this and that. Well, 18, 19, 20 rolls around. When do you start getting inspired again to not only do the art and the fashion, but take it to where it's, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, like, well, basically, you know what I'm saying? I got tired of working for people. You know what I mean? I'm a leader. You feel me?
Well, who did you work for?
I work for a lot of temp agencies. You know what I'm saying? I work for Macy's. You know what I'm saying? How ironic, my pops used to work there. I used to work with one of his old supervisors. I just couldn't take all the bossing around and the low pay wages and stuff like that. You feel me? I just knew I could get it on my own. But the art talent, it came back, man. Like, I just, I started noticing I didn't want to do a lot of this stuff going on out here. And I was like, I'm running from my passion. It kept calling me. You know what I'm saying? It kept calling me. Like, I always wanted to tap back into it because I know I didn't complete my portfolio. I was supposed to go to art and design high school. And once I started finding out a lot of rappers had went to art and design, like Mobb Deep, a few others of that nature.
I think Prodigy went over there, right?
Yeah.
Where was that? Like, that's on 50th, right?
Somewhere down there, yeah. Somewhere in Midtown.
Because you got Park West and then you got... Well, it used to be, it don't even matter, graphics design high school. Now they changed it to some environmental shit or whatever the fuck. Yo, that's my nigga Thorough in the back, you know what I'm saying?
Peace, Thorough.
We doing a little cross-marketing over here, you know what I'm saying?
Boys from QU.
Yeah, we got the Bronx, we got Lower East Side, we got Queens in this bitch. So let's slide over a little bit more this way. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? They like, yo, what the fuck he doing back there? You know what I'm saying? Nigga creeping and shit. Yo, Thorough, what's up? So now a lot of rappers are heading over to graphics. You're starting to see that there's a little buzz over there. So you kind of hyped up about that.
Right. I'm inspired. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I seen, all right, man, let me cut to the chase, man. I started seeing a lot of trash designers out here. I started falling out of love with clothing, because that's another thing. I was a fly guy, and I still am. You know what I'm saying? So I just started falling out of love with it. I said, nobody's making no heat no more. I couldn't buy clothes on Fordham Road. I used to work on Soho, by the way, on Mercer and Houston. And Angelica, City Cinema Angelica. When Blair Witch movie came out, Blair Witch Project.
I remember that.
Yeah, I used to work down there, so like I knew about the Cockpit and all those dope stores down there where they had the 80s.
They had the fire.
And they had nappy gear, and they had the sample sales. Like, I was into this shit. The Atrium, I've been shopping at the Atrium when I was 16, man.
Yo, shout out to the Atrium, because whoever I bump into and we do an interview, somehow, like the last 3-4 interviews, the Atrium always comes up. And it turned into some bullshit later on, but that was the spot to get fly, though. I can't front, you know what I'm saying?
I bought like my first pair of Jabos there, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, he brought it back to the Jabos. Remember that motherfucking era? And also with kicks. I remember there was I don't know if it was like the mid to late 2000s, I'm thinking, but like shit just started looking real, like horrible, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, yo, goddamn. Like niggas started getting bright ideas, like with them Sean Carters, them shits was fucking garbage. Then Master P and this one and that one. You had just all these, I remember the Kobe's that came out. I remember them Adidas shits look like a spaceship. I was just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Creativity's just like
they were
niggas were getting money, so I think the creativity was just like an afterthought type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we already got to the bag right now, so let's just keep supply and demand type shit, and people were just going with the flow. So now you coming out of that era, you're not inspired, and what's like the first moves that you start making to like get things popping?
One of my boys, we was coming up with a brand called Ambitious Society, and
called what?
Ambitious Society.
Okay.
We came up with a brand called Ambitious Society. It was supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, the Black Wall Street, the Black Illuminati type, you know what I mean, pro-black, but at the same time fly and all that.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And
kind of reminiscent of the 90s.
Right, because we loved the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And
cross colors
prior to that, like I was already jotting down ideas. I had a brand called Color Block, a few ideas I was thinking about, and I just was like, I gotta go back to my passion, my first love. Fuck all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And,
so what did it start with? T-shirts, hats? How did it?
I started with T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was using the heat transfers. I started realizing that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like
heat transfer. What's that?
Heat transfers is a piece of paper they print on with ink, and it transfers onto the shirt. But you
Oh,
know,
so it's like
rest in peace T-shirts like those. You know what I'm saying? Like the rest in peace T-shirts. Those is not fashion. You feel me?
So now, that's heat transfer. So you weren't rocking with that.
Right.
What level did you start fucking with?
When I started messing with was the vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Amar and all that. Airbrush Army up in Harlem. I started with the vinyl. You know, he put me on. He showed me how to do it and all that.
So what's vinyl now?
Vinyl is a form of plastic. You know what I'm saying? It's a form of plastic that's able to be cut with a cutter machine, or a vinyl cutter. It could be a Silhouette, Cameo, or you can have any other wide format cutter. And then
He knows his shit.
Right.
And you can do what now?
Then you use a heat press, you know what I'm saying? And,
and that's what seals the
you
deal.
press it onto the shirt and all that. But that's cool, but that's still, you know, you limit it. You limit it to colors and you limit to quality.
Oh, got you.
You know what I'm saying? And gradient, you know what I mean? How colors fade and stuff like that.
Well, when you wash shit.
Yeah.
Like, I bought a shirt off my man's and them recently, and I wasn't even thinking, like, I just, like, you know how you be washing shit sometimes and something might just get in there? So I was doing my darks. I pulled this shit out. Everything is just like, it's like sandpaper. Like, I mean, it's like sand.
Right.
Like, you could just brushing it off, the shit's all over the place, and I'm like, damn, son, like, what kind of shit is this right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a one time
wear.
And that's it.
Yeah. We're not into those. Like, you know, that's how you start. That's the beginning stages. You know what I'm saying? When you don't got too much money, you know? You just do that when you low on funds and all that.
We got a little dog, just came through the Saber shop. You know what I'm saying? How's it doing?
Chihuahua.
Yeah, we got a little festive shit going on.
So, you know, we still mess with vinyl here and there, you know what I mean? But, you know, you got the...
What would call for you using vinyl?
What would call for you using vinyl?
You right now.
A one-time wear, you know, in the beginning stage, preferably the beginning stage, or one-to-one type piece. Not as far as couture, but like, you know, somebody wants something particular, you can't go get a silk screen, because a silk screen, they want a minimum of 12 pieces. And you have to pay $25 to $40 per screen. You know what I'm saying? So vinyl, you could go get a roll of vinyl for $10. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a cutter and a heat press and just get busy. You could bust up a shirt in an instant.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So that's more of an instant gratification. We're doing something right now.
Like, I bust
we
this
don't have
up
a lot
earlier.
of
I'm
money.
gonna keep it real with y'all. This vinyl, but it's fly still.
Yeah, no.
And I bust this up earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like that. You know
So
what I mean?
where are you moving right now? Like, cause I see you got Coach, you designing.
Right.
You've got the shorts. You've got different things, and
Right.
it seems like it's grade A quality.
Right.
So what are you moving into now? Like, what type of, I guess, presses or different things you're using or you're going to use?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, I preferably use embroidery. I do silk screen when I got bigger orders, or I want it to last, or I want to, you know, layer better colors. You know, layering is another thing you can't do too good with vinyl. It don't feel right.
And what's layering now?
Layering is just putting a layer on top of each other of colors. You know what I'm saying? With silk screen, they'll feel soft and, you know, more fit to your skin and your body. But right now, man, it's getting crazy, man. Cause I got like some of the likes of wearing my clothing. Jim Jones, we have Roxanne Shante, we got John and Don, we got Frisch Tracks. He produced some tracks for Redman, Mano, Sammy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of people wearing it out there. We got the likes of some MMG, you know, family. So, also
Uncle Nick, you see me rocking my joint.
Right, Uncle Nick, he'll be rocking soon, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, I had partnered with a manufacturer, you know what I mean? Like, that's the next step, you know what I mean? Like, when you move from vinyl, do the silk screen is cool, but you want to get your stuff manufactured because you want it to be to your specifications and your uniqueness. You feel me? Like these shorts right here.
You want to express yourself.
Right.
Through your design.
If you remember these are from the 90s. These are called Olafs. You feel me?
Okay.
But these Olafs I made, they got zippers in them. You feel me? Because people want to tuck their bread. You feel me? Chicken want to stash your bread. I got them embroidered. You feel me? Signature logos. Little MLB looking type, NBA type, you know what I mean? So like things of that nature, you want to stand out from the rest. You know, if you really believe in this fashion stuff and you passionate about it, you want to be on Fashion Week and editorials and stuff like that. You gotta go with the manufacturers. You gotta get your stuff cut and sewn. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you actually get these connections with like Jim Jones, this one, that one? Like you're already in the music industry, you know people.
Right.
Is that just like a secret?
I love the time we in right now with the social media and everything and the connections with the family. Cause look how I met Uncle Nick, man.
Yeah, on some
shout out
easy
to Global,
shit.
cause like, you know what I mean, you blessed Uncle Nick, and I know I went to school with Global Currency. Shout out to Global Currency, and it's like it's a small world, man, and the internet and the social media makes it smaller.
So now you're doing the shorts, you're doing the tees. We expanding into like maybe jeans, maybe jackets, maybe sneakers, boots,
right. You know, like
socks, different other stuff.
You know, one thing at a time, because this fashion world is very vast, and you know, you can last a long time in this game. Like most of the designers are older, you know, and you know they well known and they're older, and you know they build fashion houses and they have a bunch of designers up under them, and you can employ a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my brand is about. It's a creative entrepreneurs uniting through business.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Von Don United.
And global currency's on his own type of wave, on the same lane. So it's only right that y'all y'all kind of knew each other from not kind of y'all knew each other from younger, but
from high school,
you're doing your 1-2 now because y'all passions are
man.
parallel. You know
I had to do this. I had to do this. You know, my mother was getting fly. My pops was doing the art. This all I grew up in a studio. My bedroom was a studio. You know what I'm saying? I was mimicking my father from young. I used to go to his job and everything, wherever he did. You know, all the advertising agencies.
Yo, shout out to your mother and father for being together. Because I grew up with my pops like doing what he was doing, like, you know what I'm saying, that my moms was wilding out and this and that. So it was like, it was good upbringing. I don't knock nobody, but it would have been dope to see them like, hey Nick, come to the living room, let's watch your movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she used to be like, yo, call that motherfucker for the child support because yo, I'd be like, come on, son, like, you getting me in the middle of this shit right now. Like,
there's a lot of that go on in every household in the hood, B.
Yeah, but it sucks that you gotta call your pops and be like, yo, where that money at, nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she be breathing down my neck, and I'll be like, and I look just like him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of favor each other, so she be like, you look just like this motherfucker. So, whatever. Shout out to you moms, shout out to you pops, shout out to the parents, and shout out to the aggravated women that I saw today picking the kids up from school. I think it's the first or second day of school, but these bitches was tight, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to sit on that ass. But anyhow, I'm getting a little distracted. Just good conversation. Now, jackets, jeans, when is something like that popping off? Do you have anything in the works, or are you just gonna stay in a certain niche, like with the summertime apparel, or like how is it working?
Oh man, yo, I'm so multifaceted with this fashion, like, because you gotta think about it, like everything you love, it's like something you can do. It's almost like with investments. Like if you love Nike, you should invest in Nike. So it's like anything you love, you should invest into. You know what I mean? And I love all fashion. I love rain jackets. I love bubbles, parkas. You know, I like casual clothes at times. I like, you know, nylon, you know, sportswear. So all of that's coming. Just expect that, all of that from me. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm working on a bubble coat. It's fire. I don't even want to tell you exactly how it's going to be, but it's fire and it's manufactured, and I don't see a lot of up-and-coming designers from the hood really going this route. A lot of people, like, they call themselves designers or they call themselves, you know, fashion or graphic designers or whatever, and they just come out with T-shirts.
We were talking about this earlier off record. There's a difference between being a designer and being a nigga with merch.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's a fact.
Like, you have merch. You're dropping an album. You're pushing, like, this isn't your fashion line, motherfucker. It's just something you're doing
like
to add a little, to add a little more money to the pot. Get a little bit of everything.
Want to put a little package together. That's the deal these days. You know what I'm saying?
But there are people that their little logos or certain apparel does get really popping to the point where, like a Nipsey Hussle, for example, with the Crenshaw, this or that, where you could actually have your own
Shout
store.
Out to George Panici.
Just pushing your own brand, like, and it's all over the place. And it's nothing too crazy. It was just Crenshaw, but what it represented, the way it was done, the classicness to it, and you know what I'm saying? Just him actually going off and representing his neighborhood and putting it on the map. I think people respect that as well, like the underdog winning. So it's just a lot of layers to it, but something like that, you know what I'm saying, where you're doing a lot of things. Do you see yourself, because he partnered with Puma, and has some shit popping, do you see yourself in, because you're saying you're working with a manufacturer now. So well not if, but when the opportunity presents itself, who would you like to work with? Like who's popping for you right now? Like, because I know some people might be like, oh, I want to work with Kanye, Adidas, this, that. Me, if I was a designer, I would want to go like, not to some whack shit, but like revive some shit that niggas ain't really checking for so much all the time. What would be your approach?
Oh, man. To be honest,
I'm like, yo, just cut the check. I'll fuck anything up.
To be honest, like, if a big major comes to me, like, I'll help like almost any major on a partnership tip.
Yeah.
But I'd rather help up and coming designers that's nice. You feel me? So like I'll try to get to the bag to where I can help them. Period. You know what I mean? Like,
or maybe employ them as designers under an umbrella of a deal with something
right,
else.
Because like
off.
if you think about it, right? Kanye West, right? He had Yezzy University, right? And under Kanye West, we just using him because he's one of the main ones that I knew that came up in the rap game, switched to fashion, and he's just taking over. He got mad.
I hate his sneakers,
land and all that. Like a lot of people love him. They
yeah,
feel
no,
like,
a lot
they
of
feel like
people
they're
love
better
him.
than Jordans. You know,
Yeah,
they
look like
Yezzy
shit on
jumped
a
over
stick
the
to
Jumpman.
me. I'm like,
but, you know
yeah,
what
they
I'm
can
saying?
say what they want, but my personal opinion, I don't like. I just look at it like that's not designing. You took like the Air Max 95s, you took the old Pradas, and you took like a piece of, I don't know, what was them up-tempo joints, and you slid a bunch of different patterns and designs together of your favorite shoes, and you made something. To me, that's not organic. That's not original.
That. Mostly every artist and every creative is inspired by something they saw before, and they mix it up.
Gotcha.
That's like Delvin Carter, I believe it is, with the Sire Runs, FCC Bay Area. I think that's his name on Instagram. But a bunch of his sneakers is inspirations from Yeezys and different other sneakers. So it's like that's what artists do. They think about Fendi Roma, they got the Fila Fendi, like Moschino, like most Chinatown Market. Mostly all brands do it. So inspiration, that's a preference, but inspiration is just the name of the game.
Well, no, see, there's people that I look at in the game that inspire me to do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you look at Uncle Nick shit and you like, yo, he's doing exactly what this guy, and this guy's doing, but he's presenting it like we don't see what's going on.
That's why.
To me, that's like when it's so obvious. I'm just like, yo, come on, son. Like, but to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Because I rock some shit. They be like, yo, get out of here with that old ass polo, nigga. You think you mad fly and shit. My grandfather used to wear it, you know what I mean? Like you fucking look corny, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. Nah, but there's people, there's like little young niggas. When I come out, I be like, they be blowing my mind sometimes. I be like, they be cracking jokes though. They be like, yo, your shit's dead, but they'll be like, yo, old nigga, what you wearing? I be like, what? Like, yeah, like, but you know what I'm saying? So you get your little moments in time, but for the most part, like people know what's classic and people know what's great. You know what I'm saying? And that's always gonna last the test of time. So I'm not a hater. I give Kanye his props for being able to start a legacy, a cult following, and transition from that hustle, that drive, that ambition. I don't have to like what you're making, but the whole process and the way you're able to maneuver and get that done and get the respect in the world and get people to wear your shit. And I give you more props because to me that shit is mad ugly. To get everybody to wear some ugly shit, you's a fucking genius for real. Like, and then the nigga just puts mad colors out. Like, okay, let's do lime green this week.
Every shade.
Let's do off-white. And they all
Earth
sell
tones.
out. I'm like, yo,
Earth tones, all kinds of.
I'm like,
but think about
some
it,
of those clothes, I'm like, yo, Johnny down the block that be drinking Thunderbird, that's his style. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm like, this shit is crazy, man. But shout out to Kanye. I don't want to bash you and nothing like that, but I just speak my truth in my mind and whatever it is. So let's start closing in on what you want the people to know, because we're going to start wrapping things up in a few, you know what I'm saying? And where they can find you, maybe when this coat's gonna drop. You know, plug yourself, what you've got established online as far as purchasing merchandise, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, well, so if you want to catch me on Instagram, I'm at Von Don United NYC, VONDONUNITED NYC. And my website is the same, Von Don United, you know what I mean, .com. You know what I mean? New stuff coming all the time. Just keep a lookout. You know what I mean?
So if they log on to your Instagram and your
the link is in the bio.
Yeah.
The link is in the bio.
Well, I'm gonna put everything in there too. They'll be able to find shit in the description box, and they'll have a direct beeline to everything that's dropping when you're doing new releases and shit like that.
I'm always posting. You know, you can just look for the updates, look in the story, just check it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm coming out with some fire. I've been doing it for 2 years strong. I'm not stopping. You know, there's a lot of young black dudes coming, or you know, minorities, period, becoming millionaires off this in a matter of years. You know what I'm saying? Like, the entrepreneurial spirit is real strong right now. So that's what we going for. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Going for it. Word.
All right, so yo, This was a little different. I did like a fashion, well, not really different because we fly, so this falls right in line. But I mean, as far as interviewing somebody that has some sea legs, that's out there moving and shaking, actually connecting with some celebrities, got them rocking their pieces and just making moves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And is humble about it, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of niggas that's like, yo, check this out. I'm gonna have this over here and I need this style, this. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drink beer, we're gonna smoke weed, and we're gonna talk. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about all the fucking feng shui and all the extra shit that you need.
Right.
My man was real cool with it, you know what I'm saying?
But
But at the end of the day, check him out. Thank you for coming through.
Thanks, Uncle Nick.
Representing the Bronx, you know what I'm saying?
Official dude.
Yeah, you'll catch me rocking some of my gear, doing my thing in a second, you know what I'm saying? Well, so I can rocking some of my man's gear, you know what I mean? Hit the thumbs up, get down there in the description box, and go check my man out on Instagram and just get in the loop, man.
Peace.
That's what it is. Later.